Welcome to Slice of Life Talks. This is a safe place where we sit down, have a cup of coffee, and talk about pop culture. This podcast covers a variety of topics from books to movies to TV shows. This is also the place where I give out positive feedback and inspirational quotes that will help you make your day better. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Animation. It's fun to watch but challenging to do. If it were easy, everybody would be doing it. But just like the title of this episode, it's not easy as it looks. As a kid, I was always fascinated by animation, but I remember having a different type of experience when I was in college. We were assigned to create a short animation video about a bouncing ball, and this is where I learned about the real process of animation. It took me about a week to finish this animated video, but I used a copyrighted image from the internet. A red soccer ball. So it took me a couple more days to finish a second animated video without the copyrighted soccer ball. Luckily, I was able to turn it in and I got a good grade at the end of it. Even though I got a good grade, the animation process takes a long time to produce. Plus my old laptop would overheat every time I used After Effects. This even happened while I was producing storytime animation videos for YouTube. It was cool to animate, but I learned that making storytime animation videos takes a huge bite out of my time. So I can understand why it takes a long time for Disney to make one animated film. But I've heard a lot of YouTube animators say it takes months for them to create one animation video. And I heard this from The Odd Ones Out, Jaden Animation, Something Else YT, etc. Let's talk about Disney for 1 minute. The Disney Renaissance is a perfect example of stunning and extraordinary animation. Films like Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and Mulan became staples of the Disney brand. But despite the stunningly amazing animation, Disney animators were pushed to their limits. According to YouTuber The Jaunty Professor, Disney animators were suffering from carpal tunnel syndrome, which was caused by long hours of drawing frame by frame. I can understand that can cause some serious cramp in the hands, including mine. I know this was before everybody started using computers, but still, carpal tunnel syndrome can be a pain. I remember getting carpal tunnel during my freshman year at college. I was working on a lot of homework assignments and I had to turn them in online. One of those assignments was a project for motion graphics, a class that's similar to animation. I was sitting at my computer working on an assignment when my hands started getting uncomfortable. Although it wasn't serious at first, I tried not to let the pain bother me, but then my hands started getting cramped. That's when I realized I had carpal tunnel. I realized I wasn't taking any breaks, so my parents told me to stay off my computer for the rest of the day and relax. It took some time, but the carpal tunnel went away eventually. I was able to turn in my assignments in on time, but it wasn't worth getting carpal tunnel. Like I said before, I made some storytime animation videos for my YouTube channel. Even though it was fun coming up with ideas for animation videos, the animation part of the process was really time consuming. It can be fun to talk about your stories and place them in animation videos, but it takes a whole lot of editing. Even though animation isn't easy, it can still have amazing results. There's a bunch of animated movies out there. Disney, DreamWorks, and Illumination all have a smorgasbord of successful animated films, like Toy Story, Shrek, and Minions. But there's also animated films for adults too, and South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut is a perfect example of that. South Park's been known for, well, pushing the envelope, so to speak. It can be outrageous at times, but hey, that's their style. Come to think of it, there's a lot of animated films that won Oscars, from Spirited Away to Big Hero 6. Although I don't appreciate the Academy Awards disrespecting the animation industry. I know this was a couple years ago, but I want to give my 2 cents on the matter. Animation is for everyone, from kids to teens to adults. Animation is an art form where everyone can tell their stories. As a cartoonist and animator myself, I like animation. I'm a Disney fan and I like watching Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon as a kid. But as an adult, I liked watching The Simpsons, Family Guy, and South Park from time to time. If animation was for kids, Adult Swim and Toonami wouldn't exist, and neither would Comedy Central. Because of South Park. Even some anime series wouldn't be aired on Cartoon Network or Adult Swim because Toonami wouldn't be there. There's even a lot of Japanese anime films out there that are aimed towards teenagers, from Demon Slayer Mugen Train to Weathering with You. Even anime shows like Demon Slayer and Tokyo Ghoul aren't made for kids under 13. In conclusion, animation is for everyone, for all ages. I wish I could talk more about this subject, but that's a discussion for another time. Anyway, as an animator, I posted a bunch of storytime animation videos online, along with a few comedy skits. If you're interested, feel free to check them out on my YouTube channel, Imagination. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and ring that bell notification button. I'll end this episode with a great quote about animation. Animation is not the art of drawings that move, but the art of movements that are drawn. Norman McLaren. I hope that you enjoyed this episode of Slice of Life Talks. I hope I made your day a little bit better, and I will see you guys later.